going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here with a channel update for May 25th, 2012. And a lot to talk about. In fact, this has been a pretty crazy week. There's been a lot of really cool positive stuff that's been going on that I actually want to tell you about, because I've got a lot of cool updates for people regarding travel, regarding some cool events that I'll be attending and special things that I'll be doing. And then there's been some really negative stuff that's been going on regarding YouTube bugs, regarding YouTube's attitude towards its users. And I have an update on that as well for everyone. And then also, the stuff that I've been working on this week, unfortunately, some scheduling that's going to have to be rechanged because of some server issues. So let's get right to it, okay? First of all, this week, as you know, it was a major week for releases. There were 4 major releases that came out, including Dragon's Dogma, Ghost Recon Future Soldier, Men in Black Alien Crisis, even though it's not necessarily a major release. We'll talk a little bit about that. And Sorcery, which is the PS Move title. I actually have that one right behind me. Out of these games so far this week, I played a significant amount of Dragon's Dogma, but people were saying they were starting to get stale. They were running behind because I think I was like 40-something parts into it. And I've actually been told, I actually was contacted by a lot of people this week. I actually asked people what was going on, because the views on Dragon's Dogma were pretty low. And people actually told me it's because it's exams week. This is actually the week where lots of schools are having their final exams. Everyone's studying up. In addition to that, it was just a slower time of the year. A lot of people were saying we're actually interested in Dragon's Dogma, but we're either going to play ourselves or, again, I put out so many parts that a lot of people watched the first several parts and didn't get a chance to watch the rest. So I said, let's put Dragon's Dogma on hiatus for a couple days because I don't want people to become so overwhelmed and so far behind in the playthrough. So I actually mixed it up a bit. I did actually play a little bit of Men in Black Alien Crisis, which actually, against what you would believe, has no connection whatsoever to the Men in Black 3 movie that premiered today in the United States. It's pretty much just a cheap cash-in, and it's a piece of crap. But I think the playthrough itself is only 19 parts long. That's right. This game is only about 3 hours long. And there are some other co-op modes and things that I may be doing, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. But, that being said, this game is pretty much a joke, but I think the playthrough might actually be pretty funny to watch. People were telling me it's a train wreck of a playthrough simply because the game is so bad. So, you might want to check that out. I'm just saying, that's what I've gotten done so far this week. Now today, my goal for today was to do an entire day of online gameplay of Ghost Recon Future Soldier with the fans, fan appreciation matches. This is one of the bigger multiplayer releases of the year. I know a lot of people got the game, a lot of people want to play it. And so, starting at 1 p.m., I set up a lobby, and we filled it up with about 12 people, which we played for about an hour. Then, unfortunately, the server crashed. Not the server didn't crash. My Xbox froze, which dropped me from the game. So I created a new room, we got some more people in there, and we played again for roughly about another hour. And then I said, alright, by then it was about 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I said, alright, this is a good time to take a break. I'll take like an hour and a half break, we'll get some food, relax, and then when I come back, there'll be a whole new shift of people. There'll be people who on the East Coast of the United States have gotten out of school and work who maybe want to play. Maybe people later on over in Europe, I understand there's a significant time difference, but maybe it's later at night, maybe some people now are freed up to play. And I go to play, servers are down. The servers have been down since 5:30. So, for the past, it's now literally almost 8:30. For the past 3 straight hours, I've been trying to play Ghost Recon. I can't play it. Ubisoft has, their tweets that are going up. Oh, we're so sorry, there's server issues, we're trying to get them fixed. Sorry, Ubisoft, guess what? It's a retail release of a console game, release week, the first major day when everyone has the game, which is Friday. Remember, it's an international release, especially for Europe, is usually on Friday, and your servers crash, you suck. I mean, that's just the definition of suck right there. The time when everyone wants to play this new game that you're supposed to be saying is going to be a great popular multiplayer game, and no one can fucking play the game, blow me. So I'm really disappointed in that. I really wanted to play a whole day of multiplayer with the fans, and look, now I've been reduced to I don't even think I did 10 videos. I was looking to have a whole slew, and I hardly have any, so I am disappointed with that. What I'm thinking of doing is rescheduling for a day next week. Now, I'm not going to set it in stone as of yet what day next week it will be, but what I'll say is this, there will be a redo. Hopefully sometime next week the servers will be better, and we'll be able to play together, okay? So, That being said, what do I still have left over, okay? I still got the campaign of Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and you might say, Phil, why didn't you do that? That's kind of weird, because usually you do the campaigns, especially the single-player campaigns of games right away. Well, the reason I didn't do it is because I was saving it because I thought within the first couple days that it was co-op. Because if you actually read the box, if you actually read the promotional articles that Ubisoft put out regarding this game months ahead of time, they said there was going to be cooperative campaign locally. They completely lied. There is no local cooperative gameplay for the campaign. You can only play the campaign with other people over the internet. Now, no, I didn't buy a second copy of the game so that John and I could go through it and play it together. I didn't anticipate that. I thought, per everything that the internet had been saying, that there was going to be local co-op for the campaign. So I found this out like a day ago. I popped it into my system and I realized there was no option for it. And I was really disappointed with that. So, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play the campaign yet, and that's really more the game's fault. If I had known that, I probably would have already played the campaign. So here's the thing. What I'm probably going to do is, again, one day coming up this week, and I'll set the day, I'm probably going to be looking for 3 people who have several hours that they can play this campaign with me. Now, I'm not sure how long the campaign is. It may be a good idea if someone knows how long exactly the campaign is, if you could comment on this video about it. But I'm looking for 3 dedicated people, and sometime next week, during the course of the week, who can play through the campaign with me online. So it's going to be 4-player co-op with 3 people online. What I'll be doing is, in my weekend preview, which I'm going to put out in a couple days, as you know, I usually put it out like Sunday nights, I'll give more details to what day I've set should be the day that I'm going to be doing it. And then, hopefully, what I'll do is, if you want to play with me, you can contact me, and we'll work out a schedule of when exactly I could play. Obviously, for me, I'm pretty free. Anytime, I say, starting in the afternoon up through a night, you know, I can play the game. So, look for that coming in the next week. I know people are asking what's going on with it. That's what's going on with that. It's a little messed up, the scheduling, because I thought that there was going to be the capability of doing the campaign with John, and now there isn't. That being said, what will I be doing tomorrow with John? Because John will be coming over to film Smart Guys, and we're going to do some co-op gameplay. Well, one of the remaining things to do in the very paltry amount of content in Men in Black is there is a co-op challenge mode. So John and I might jump into that just for a little bit and play through it a little bit just to mess around with it. In Ghost Recon, there actually is a split-screen co-op mode for Guerrilla mode, which is more like a Horde mode, you know, in previous games like Gears of War, Halo. So we may check that out, and there's achievements, you know, tied in with that mode, so we may try that out and see how we do with that. So maybe the combination of those 2 things will be the gameplay that we do tomorrow, or we may do something else as well. I don't know, but look for that kind of co-op gameplay tomorrow with John, okay? So that's what I'm trying to clear up everything for everyone. Now, what haven't I done yet? Well, I got to go back to Dragon's Dogma at one point. I do have to check out Sorcery at one point, okay? So here's the thing. Next week, there is no retail releases at all. The only real retail release that's coming out is Resistance for the PS Vita. I'll be picking it up because I actually want to play that during some of my upcoming travel and hopefully get through it and be able to give a review to everyone of what it was like. Now, I'm mentioning my upcoming travel. I'm going to talk about that in a second, so stay tuned because I got some really exciting news coming about that, okay? But anyway, yeah, the only other thing coming out next week, there is a story-based DLC for Batman Arkham City. It's the first one. I don't know if there's going to be more than one, but it's regarding, it has Harley Quinn and Robin and other characters in it. I'm going to be playing that, and that should be coming out on Wednesday. So Wednesday of next week, you're going to see that DLC. And then during the course of the week, I'll be doing other things like the campaign of Ghost Recon. I'll do a redo on the fan appreciation of Ghost Recon. I'll play some more Dragon's Dogma at one point, and I'll be trying out Sorcery at one point, okay? The other thing I want to let everyone know, now if you follow me on Facebook, you already know this. Dragon's Dogma is a game, it's an action-based role-playing game where you can grind. What I'm doing right now is at night, and I did this last night, and I'm planning on doing this tonight and maybe some more days coming up. While I'm relaxing here on the couch, maybe having a drink or two, you know, just chilling out, I'm going to do some grinding in Dragon's Dogma. But here's the thing. You don't want to see every second of me grinding in this game. You don't want to see me running through just killing repetitive enemies. Now, last night was pretty cool because what I did is I without going into any dungeons and without doing any quests, I basically started exploring the overworld of the game. And I fleshed out a big chunk of the map that I'd never been to before and actually connected some paths along the overworld of the game. And I ran into some really unique enemies. I actually ran into a couple Cyclopses. I ran into a really mean ogre. I ran into this gigantic rock monster with glowing weak points. And I ran into a dragon. That's right. And I don't know if this dragon is the title dragon of Dragon's Dogma of the game, the one that you run into at the beginning of the game in the prologue or not, but he's fucking huge. I randomly just ran into him. He's fucking huge. He's got a ridiculously long life bar, like it's like the biggest life bar I've seen so far in the game, and he's really tough to beat. I mean, he has like 8 or 9 pigs on his life bar, and I only took off maybe 3 of them, and he either gets away or he kills me. So I'm finding some really unique monsters, and when I do what I'm doing, the game has an in-game social media feature. I take a screen capture of what's going on the screen, and I put it onto my Facebook page. So last night I had 3 or 4 of those pictures that I put up. I think I ran into some unique enemies. The giant rock monster I took a picture of, the dragon I took a picture of. So definitely check that stuff out. Follow me on Facebook. They Call Me DSP is my Facebook page. And as I do grinding in Dragon's Dogma over the next several nights, you'll be able to see pictures that I'm putting up there. So I think that's a really neat way. Even though there's not full playthrough footage, it's a cool way for you to interact with that playthrough. And you have something to look forward to for when I come back to actually do more videos of it. You get to see some of the more unique enemies, okay? So that's going on behind the scenes. Just wanted to let everyone know. Now let's talk a little bit about some travel updates. And then let's talk a little bit about the YouTube bugs that have been going on this week. I've got absolutely great news regarding some of the events I'm going to be attending over the next few weeks. So the first great news is that first week of June, I will be attending E3. It is official, 100% official, locked in stone now. Myself and John Rambo will be going to attend E3. And thank you, special thanks obviously go out to Machinima, who made this all possible. They went through this difficult registration process with E3, who was giving them a hard time, and finally they got them everything set. Basically, we're flying out there on Monday, okay? We're flying out to LA, and what we're going to do, actually, we're going to get a rental car, we're going to go to our hotel. Our hotel, unfortunately, they weren't even able to book us a hotel in LA because it was already completely booked for E3. So they got us a hotel in all places in Hollywood, California. So you're going to have some really cool footage of our trip log, of us flying out there, of us in Hollywood that first day, because that first day we're touching down at like 3 p.m. and we don't have anything E3 related to do on Monday, so we're going to basically be driving all around Hollywood probably, checking out the locales, taking video of the famous stuff there. Maybe we'll do some cool stuff. I know there's a lot of stuff. I went there as a kid. I know there's things like that famous Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, if it's still there, I don't even know. I know it was there when I was a kid. All kinds of really cool and fun stuff all around Hollywood. And we're going to be possibly looking into doing a lot of that stuff. So you're going to have that kind of footage. Then, Tuesday through Thursday, where we'll be at the E3 convention, okay, we'll be covering everything on the showroom floor. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have said, well, is there any chance that we'll be able to get inside the major press conferences of, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo? Chances are absolutely not. Pretty much the press gets the priority to get into those. And actually, Microsoft and Sony for the past couple of years have been holding their press conferences on Monday as a press-only event, so that just Joe Schmo can't just walk in there and see it. They realized that everyone, if it was just a free-for-all, that thing would fill up in 2 seconds and probably, be overflowing with people. So more than likely what will end up happening is once we touch down on Monday, we're going to, just like everyone else, we're going to be jumping online, checking out the press conferences that have already gone on, and then on Tuesday, we'll be going to the show floor. We'll be filming as much as we can. Anything that we're not allowed to film, I'm still going to talk about. I'm actually going to take a notepad, take notes about stuff that I see if I can't record it. And we're going to be basically just hitting the convention and being convention goers. We may run into gaming people that you know from the internet, maybe other YouTubers, maybe famous game developers. Who knows what's going to happen at E3? I've never fucking been there. I have no idea, but I'm really looking forward to going this time. It's something I've always wanted to do, ever since back in the 90s when I used to read Electronic Gaming Monthly, and I would see all these things about E3, like, wow, it looks great. This is cool. This is my job now, but this is also my biggest hobby of my life. I'm having a massive amount of fun doing it, and now I get to go to basically the Nationals. This is like the Super Bowl of gaming is E3. So we're going there, we're going to have a blast. So for 3 days, we're going to be there, checking everything out. And basically every day we'll be taking video, and then at night from our hotel room we're going to try to be uploading that footage to the internet so that you guys can see what we've been doing during that day. More than likely what we'll be doing is daily recaps of, oh, okay, here's what we saw today, our favorite things, here's what we were disappointed with, here's what we're looking forward to tomorrow, etc., etc. It's going to be really cool. One thing that I would like to request, now some people have already started working on this, but what I'd like to be able to do, I'm going to bring my laptop with me, which is an Alienware, so I'll be able to do editing. What I want to be able to do is maybe do a little bit of cool editing on the videos, especially the day end ones, where it's the recap stuff. So if anyone could make maybe a cool DSP and John Rambo at E3 logo for the videos, or even a splash screen as an intro for the videos. If anyone wants to make like a quick little riff, like some musical bullshit that we could use at the beginning, or during a montage of showing, oh look cool, here's some E3 footage, it's coming up. I really want to make some really cool videos that week. I want to make it look professional so that people can say, oh wow, here's someone, an independent on the internet who went to E3, and it's not IGN, and it's not any of these mainstream media bullshits which are going to say, oh this game's great, this game's great, this game's great. Instead, I'm going to give you my honest opinions on what I saw at E3 and what I'm excited about and what I'm not excited about, and so on and so forth. And I want it to look professional as well. So if anyone can maybe work, anyone wants, you don't have to obviously, but if anyone would like to work on maybe a logo, a splash screen, a little intro music. Actually, someone on my forums already has created a really cool E3 background for my page. But if anyone else wants to take a shot at it as well, I can alternate those during the week. Please do so, okay? So thanks a lot. That's great news. That's amazing. Again, I can't thank Machinima enough that they're sending me to E3 to cover the event. They're really excited too. Now there is a special event that I'm going to be attending that Monday night. It's actually an after party. That's a promotion for an upcoming game, plus it's like kind of the Machinima shindig. It's for an upcoming game called Hawken. It's another free-to-play game for the PC. And so they're going to be demoing it. I'll probably be taking footage of it there. Not everyone gets to get into this after party. It's because I'm a Machinima partner that I'm getting in, and only certain other like press and people are able to get in. So that's pretty cool that they're getting me into a special event as well. So I'll be checking that out that Monday night, okay? So that's E3 news. I'm not done yet. I've got an update on Too Many Games. That's right. Only a week after we go to E3, on June 15th to 17th, John Rambo, myself, OJ, and Panda Lee will be attending Too Many Games in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I got some really cool updates for everyone that I want to talk about. So first of all, we're going to be there all 3 days, okay? Now the convention starts at 5 p.m. on Friday. It runs till 10 p.m. And during that time, there's going to be a vendor table we're going to have set up. We're going to want to meet and greet with the fans, anyone that wants to come out. We love meeting the fans. We love talking with you. Anything you want autographed, that's really cool. If you can come out on Friday, 5 to 10 are the hours of operation. We're going to try to get there much earlier to set up our stuff ahead of time. There'll also be concerts going on during that time. There's going to be gaming going on. On Saturday, there's going to be several gaming tournaments, some of which I may actually play in. There's also going to be a panel. Now, here's my big update. I finally have information on when the panel is and all this. So my panel is currently scheduled to be held from 2 to 3 p.m. on Saturday, June 16th at Too Many Games. In this panel, we'll be discussing several things. I'm just going to do a brief summary of kind of the stuff that I had talked about at MagFest. I don't want to go into a big spiel again. I just want to explain. I'm one of the luckiest people on the earth. I was able to, in a time of need, when I lost my job, turn my hobby into my full-time job. Here's, my body of content. And now, by the way, here are my friends who have started their own channels, who are now building up their own unique following and have their own unique content. And then our goal is to have the next episode of Project 7, which is episode 4, to be done by then so we can screen it for everyone. So if it's possible, we will have it. If not, we may have clips, we may have something to show you still. Then, when that's done, John Rambo he says he's going to try to put something quick together to actually do so regarding maybe some of his content, maybe something from Schnapsman and a Hole Punch. He's going to have a cool screening of something during the panel. Then we're going to completely open up the floor to Q&A for the rest of the hour. And then, here's what I actually heard, and this is a new update that I just heard from the staff at Too Many Games. What they'd like to do is from 3 to 4 p.m., they would like to have an hour block that's set off for an autograph session for all the scheduled guests. So, the Angry Video Game Nerd, myself, and Brental Floss will be there to meet and greet, definitely from 3 to 4 p.m. There's actually this special time on Saturday we're going to do it. Meet everyone, autograph whatever you want. Obviously, like I said, we don't charge. Anything you want autographed, no problem. We're there to hang out with you. The Arid Lord will also be there, and actually apparently he's been having some interaction with some people about his book. There's actually some people who said they want like all of us to sign a copy of his book. That's totally cool with us. So yeah, so that's the new update. 2 to 3 p.m. will be my panel. 3 to 4 p.m. will be the autograph session. Now, one thing I do want to say, subject to change, because as you know with these conventions, something might happen, but right now those are the times that are set for my stuff. It may change, but it's probably going to stay the same, okay? The other thing is, I got word, because I actually asked about this, I said, there's a special after party going on Saturday night that you need to buy. Basically, you need to buy a special ticket to get in. It's a more expensive ticket to Too Many Games. But what do you get if you get into this after party? Well, we're going to go across the street to Arnold's Family Fun Center. We're going to be hanging out, playing all kinds of games, stuff, skee ball, all kinds of stuff there. There's going to be food. There's going to be drinks. And it's not going to be just me. It's going to be me and everyone that I'm there with, plus the Angry Video Game Nerd and his crew, plus Brental Floss, plus the staff of Too Many Games. And then, after we do that for a little while, there's going to be an exclusive special concert of the mini-bosses just for these people who bought the special pass. Now, from what I'm to understand, there were, I think, 100 or so passes, and so far, they've only got about 30 left. So, what I'm telling you is, if you want to hang out with us that night, and you want to go do some special cool stuff, and see a cool concert, because I'm dying to see the mini-bosses. I've never seen them in concert. I've heard a lot of positive stuff. This is your chance. This is cool, and there's only 30 spots left, or roughly 30. I don't know if it's exactly 30, but definitely go check out the website, TooManyGames.com. Again, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I think it's the Greater Oaks Expo Center or something like that. We're really looking forward to meeting all the fans out there and hanging out with you and having fun. So check it out, and we'll see you then, okay? One last thing. I know I'm running out of time, so I'm going to make it short, but it's fine. I can make it short because I really don't have too much more to say on it. I've already made 2 videos about it this week. This new YouTube bug that's been affecting everyone this week in a negative way. And what it is that YouTube decided that they were going to once again try to get rid of accounts that they felt were dead accounts that weren't used for years. And what ended up happening was whatever algorithm or whatever it is that they created to try to clean out these dead accounts doesn't work properly. And what it's inadvertently doing is it's actually unsubbing active viewers and active people from the channels that they love. And they're not even realizing it because a lot of people, you know, they don't go on YouTube every single day. They don't check their subscriptions listing every single day. So maybe they go on and, oh, well, they're subscribed to 40 people and I'm one of them. Well, they just don't see my videos in their subs box. Well, they just forget about me because they think maybe I didn't put out videos or something. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, a lot of people are getting unsubscribed from their favorite YouTubers against their will. YouTube is completely and utterly denying it, saying, oh, this isn't happening, even though we now have thousands of reported cases, the fans talking to the creator, to Ryan Higa, to Onision, to that guy, White Boy, I forget, I don't know his whole name, but you know, the other popular, there's a lot of popular YouTubers who they're all being negatively affected. I personally have lost over 2,000 subscriptions this week alone, out of which I'm sure several hundred are legitimate people who want to watch my content. So I'm disappointed with YouTube's whole attitude of, we deny everything, you guys don't know what you're talking about, you're liars, there's no issue. So I've had enough today. I put my foot down, I said, fuck this. I got to do something about it, because no one seems to be listening. So I put my foot down, and I contacted my Machinima contacts, and I said, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. All we YouTube creators have been making videos about this issue. YouTube's done nothing but put out blog posts telling us we're wrong. We don't like their attitude, and we're actually desperately afraid that not only are we losing legitimate subscribers, but it will now affect our view counts as well. If you're losing legitimate subscribers, you're going to lose legitimate views. So I contacted my Machinima contacts immediately. They were on the case. They contacted YouTube immediately. They actually wrote back to me and said, Phil, can you get us at least a list of at least some people who say that they've been unsubscribed to you during the course of this week? To which I got a significant amount of people over Twitter and also through the comments of the video, the special video that I made earlier this week regarding this YouTube bug. And I sent them a list of like 25 people. So here's hoping, fingers crossed, that Machinima, who is one of the biggest, if not the biggest partner of YouTube, kicks them in the ass and says, hey, asshole, wake up, stop trying to tell all your fucking viewers and users that they don't know what they're talking about. These people who legitimately make money off of YouTube, their livelihood depends on YouTube, are now being negatively affected. Get your ass in gear and go figure out what the hell you just fucked up. So, again, fingers crossed that YouTube figures this out. YouTube claimed that this day, Friday, was the last day that they were going to do it anyway. That doesn't help the fact that so many people have now been unsubscribed. So they need to figure out what the hell they fucked up, okay? So anyway, the good news is this should be the last day where we see subscriptions dropping dramatically. If YouTube, if what they're saying is truthful, who knows? And also Machinima's on the case. They're on their ass for it, and they're going to try to figure out what the hell's going on. So that's good news. Again, I'm so happy to be working with a company like Machinima, where now they're sending me to E3. They're giving me direct response. They're helping us, as a community to try to figure out what the hell's going on with this issue, and hopefully they get it resolved. I mean, this is great. I feel so much better now than I did back in 2010 when I had no backing from anyone, and a moment's whim, some asshole could fucking impersonate a company and get me completely shut down off YouTube. I feel so much better right now, and I think it's better for us just together as a relationship that we have this kind of security. You don't have to worry about, if I play Max Payne 3, am I going to get shut down? If I say the wrong thing, oh no, what's going to happen? Can some troll at any moment's notice completely destroy my YouTube channel? All this stuff is now being taken care of, and I feel really positive and good about it. Thank you for everyone who spread the word about the YouTube bug this week. I will link that video in the description of this video. If not, put it as an annotation over this video so that you can watch that video if you want to and learn all about what was happening and how it was negatively affecting everyone. So thanks a lot. That's pretty much it for this channel update. That was a lot of information. I know, yes, yet again, it was another long one, but I covered several different topics. I'm really excited for new gameplay coming up. I'm really excited for E3 and then too many games. I mean, I'm going to have such a busy month in June, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think that we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun together doing stuff like E3 and too many games and being able to branch out. This is great. Rather than me just sit here playing games all the time, now I get to branch out and I get to do other fun stuff, and this is really the epitome of what I wanted to do with a career like something on YouTube. So thank you to everyone who's been there for me, who's been a loyal viewer, who's stuck in there, who's entertained by my videos, who spreads the word about my stuff. I'm having a great time, and I'm just going to bring you more quality content in the future, okay? That's it for this channel update. I'm DSP, and I'll see you next time.